Stop, you thief! Are you trying to break into the car and kidnap my sister? I'm recording you and I'll report you to the police. No, young man. I just want to help the little girl.
Hello, friends. I'm Eliza from New York. Please like and subscribe. I'm 15 years old, and today I want to tell y'all my sad story. I grew up in a tiny house with my big brother Ethan, who's 17, and my little sister Rose, who's 5. Our dad loved us a lot and always took care of our needs, buying us whatever we wanted, even though he had a simple job. After our mom passed away, he took on the responsibility of raising us all by himself. He refused to remarry so that his new wife wouldn't mistreat us. That's how he looked after us, and we took care of him, too. We lived happily together. But one day, the cops showed up at our house and arrested our dad on charges of fraud and deception. We didn't really understand what those charges meant at the time. We were devastated when he got sentenced to 5 years in prison. So, we lost our dad too, and we were left alone in our house. In the beginning, our relatives and neighbors helped us out. They visited us and brought us food and clothes. But day by day, everyone started distancing themselves from us until we were all alone and couldn't find enough food to eat. We suffered a lot, sometimes going to bed hungry and in pain. That's when my brother and I decided to find work. We were young and didn't have any certificates or training, but we were willing to do anything to provide food for ourselves. Unfortunately, nobody would hire us, saying we were still minors, and it was against the law to employ underage kids. We thought long and hard about finding a solution to our miserable situation, but we couldn't find any. We were completely hopeless. Then, one day, my brother Ethan told me that he found a job. He was jumping with joy when he said,
I found a job. The employer agreed to hire me.
I responded with great joy. Finally, dear brother, what kind of work will you be doing?
It's a delivery service, and I have to use our old dad's car.
My brother took the car out of the garage, cleaned it well, and started using it in the evenings every 2 or 3 days. He would return loaded with all kinds of delicious vegetables, fruits, meats, cheeses, and sweets. That job brought us a good amount of money. Our situation improved for the better, and we started eating, drinking, and dressing just like we did with our father. One day, my brother came home and said to me,
Listen, Elijah, our sister Rose, as you know, is young and poor thing. She's feeling bored and stressed. So I've decided to take her with me to go out, change the atmosphere, and have a little fun.
I agreed, saying, of course, I also feel the same way, so we'll go with you.
No, you're a grown-up girl and you should stay at home.
I tried hard to convince him to let me accompany them, but he strongly refused and didn't give me a convincing reason. I started getting angry at him for that, and I decided to find out the reason for his refusal. I asked Rose, but she didn't give me a convincing answer either. She was young and didn't understand things much. However, she told me enough to suspect my brother and his mysterious nighttime outings. I asked her, Tell me, Rose, what do you two do every night when you go out in the car? Nothing. We go to shopping centers to hang out and buy what we need. Then we come back. There are a lot of people there and they're very generous. I mumbled in surprise. Generous, huh? The following night, after Ethan and Rose left the house as usual, I secretly followed them and took a taxi. I trailed behind them, and I saw my brother heading towards one of the shopping centers and parking the car in the parking lot. I asked the driver to park his car nearby, and he did. Then, I kept watching my brother, who got out of the car, leaving Rose inside. He hid among the other cars, turned on his phone camera, and sat there recording and waiting. I wondered what he intended to do. And it was only a few minutes until a guy passed by our car, and he saw my little sister hitting the window with her hand and heard her crying and begging him, saying, Uncle, get me out of the car, please. I'm almost suffocating. He approached her and tried to open the car door, but Ethan caught him off guard, holding his phone and recording him, saying,
Stop, you thief! Are you trying to break into the car and kidnap my sister? I'm recording you and I'll report you to the police. No, young man. I just want to help the little girl. No! You're coming with me to the police station right away.
The man tried to explain to my brother that he intended to help Rose, but Ethan didn't listen to him. Then my brother suggested that he pay some money in exchange for not reporting him. And the man didn't hesitate. He immediately took out his wallet and gave him a few banknotes and hurriedly left. Ethan put the money in his pocket and got into the car, laughing. And after a few minutes, another man passed by his car, and my brother called out to him, begging,
Please, man, there's a problem with my car and I can't start it. Can you help me?
The man agreed, got into the car, and sat in the front seat. While he was trying to start it, Ethan started yelling, saying,
Help me! Save me! This man is trying to steal my car and kidnap my sister.
People gathered around, ready to hit the man, not giving him a chance to defend himself. And my brother shouted again,
He stole my money that was inside the car. I will report him to the police.
The people didn't let the man go until he gave my brother a large amount of money and quickly left the place. I was watching all this in astonishment. So this is the secret behind my brother's night outings. How does he steal from people like this? And how dare he involve innocent little Rose in his wicked plan? I returned home feeling sad, thinking about my parents. If they were with us, all this wouldn't have happened. And I started thinking of a way to save my brother from this bad behavior. And Ethan came back with Rose, carrying many bags filled with fruits and sweets. But I couldn't welcome them or enjoy the bags with happiness like I used to. And suddenly, someone banged on the door and my brother opened it, only to be surprised by the police. The cop asked,
Is this Mr. Smith's house? Yeah, what can I do for you, officer? We're looking for his son, Ethan. I'm Ethan. Is there a problem? You're under arrest for fraud and scamming. You didn't learn your lesson from your dad and went on to do the same thing. So come on now, you're coming with me to jail.
And my brother didn't say anything, but he completely surrendered to the cop who handcuffed him, took him out of the house, and threw him into the police car. As for me, I was devastated and started crying. Seriously? Did my dad do this too? I learned when I visited my brother in jail that my dad used to take him along to do the same scams he did with Rose, to con people. My friends, because of fraud and scamming, I lost my dad and brother for several years, and we suffered a lot during that time. Now, their prison sentence is over, and they are two reformed men who always strive to earn an honest living through hard work. Don't forget to share my story with the whole world so they can learn from it too. And I'm also waiting for your comments and opinions below because I love reading them. Come on, don't hold back. Until next time, see you in the next story. Join us on time because there's a beautiful story waiting for you. Bye-bye.